Welcome to Quebec, one of the best places in the world to live, to raise a family, and to start a business. Discover a place that needs dynamic people who want to help this receptive and prosperous society to grow. Discover how, thanks to the Immigrant Investor Program, you can become a full citizen of this society. Less than 1,000 kilometers from many large North American centers, including New York, Boston, Toronto, Detroit, and Washington, Quebec is Canada's largest province. It is 3 times the size of France. The large majority of Quebec's 8 million people are French-speaking, but the Montreal metropolitan area boasts a sizable English-speaking community. First inhabited by native peoples, followed by the French and then by the English, today Quebec is much more diversified and welcomes 45,000 new immigrants annually. People who come to lay down roots in Quebec have chosen a prosperous, democratic society that is open to the world. This is the case of the Fong family. Mr. and Mrs. Fong were managers at an investment bank in China. They chose to move to Quebec because it offers an ideal environment for their children's development.
Bonjour, mon nom est Zian. J'arrive au Québec en 2004. Moi, j'ai étudié maintenant au Collège Champlain dans un programme Sciences Pures. Moi, je trouve ce province est tellement belle, le climat est bon et ici est vraiment bon pour les enfants et la famille.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Tianji Sun. J'arrive ici depuis 4 ans. Quand j'arrive ici, je ne connais rien sur le français. J'apprends dans une école secondaire et dans une classe d'accueil. Et ici, si on travaille fort, c'est sûr qu'on peut réussir.
Quebec offers exceptional public services. All Quebec residents have access to a high-quality universal health care system. Its education system is also free of charge from kindergarten to the college level. Its university programs, among the most highly renowned in the world, are also some of the most accessible. And tuition fees are 10 times less for residents than at comparable American universities.
Studying in Quebec was a great journey for me, and since I started the higher school here without knowing any English and French, within 10 years I was able to go to school, French school obviously, and then continuing my education. After graduating from law school, I applied for the Bar School of Quebec, which permits me to become a lawyer in Quebec. Quebec is a great place to live. When you arrive in this country, there are so many great things that you probably notice. One of the greatest things that you notice when you come to Quebec is the security and the peace that you have on the streets. You probably don't see that even in other Canadian provinces. And people are very welcoming. If someone asks me if I recommend Quebec to be the place to live, my answer will definitely be 100% sure yes.
Hi, my name is Mohammed Haidar, and I am half Syrian, half Egyptian. I moved to Canada in 2006, and I am currently in the process of finishing my bachelor degree in design at the University of Concordia. Why would I choose Quebec? I had to research a lot of cities here and there to navigate what is the best place for me to get knowledge. One of the wonderful things I've witnessed about the city is it's multicultural and multi-ethnic, and usually this is what I look for when I want to go visit a city. What makes Quebec unique is that it's a bilingual. It carries the French and the English. So just being there, it's an interesting experience. Almost anyone here can start a business. Just 2-3 people can start a business. It doesn't have to go big, but it's a good city to start a small business and expand later on. The city of Montreal provides me with all the first kit tool to start that firm.
My name is Kamal Haidar. I am 21. I came to Montreal 2006, and I came with my brother to Montreal to study. Why I chose Montreal, or Quebec specifically, because, well, for the reason that my sister lives here. She told me that it's a very nice place to live in. it's very diverse. There's a lot of cultures here. There's a lot of people here, and I've seen actually a lot of different cultures. It was just so easy to get adapted to Montreal, because it's like feeling back home. I've seen people that are from my country. I've seen people from different countries. I've seen the world here in Montreal. I would definitely recommend any one of my friends to come to Montreal. It's a very nice place to live in, and it's safe, and you would see the 4 seasons here in Montreal. It's a really wonderful thing.
In Quebec, you'll discover an open, contemporary culture. Its creative forces emanate worldwide, with ambassadors like Cirque du Soleil, Celine Dion, Robert Lepage, and Simple Plan. The national sport is hockey, and it is an inherent element of the Quebec identity. The Montreal Canadiens, founded in 1909, are the oldest and most successful hockey team in the world, having 24 Stanley Cups to their credit. Quebec's natural beauty is extraordinary. Take an hour's drive from Montreal or Quebec City, and you're already in the country. Rivers and national parks abound, and these are protected to ensure the long-term survival of this natural wealth. The Quebec economy is strong and diversified. Its volume is comparable to Norway's. Quebec has a higher GDP than Italy and Spain. This is a dynamic economy that will need to fill almost 700,000 positions by 2011. Quebec is very rich in natural resources such as mining, forestry, and hydroelectric power production. It also profits from a large agricultural production, especially in the St. Lawrence Valley, which enjoys a temperate climate. In recent years, numerous knowledge base and IT industries have established themselves in Quebec. The life sciences and aerospace industries are also highly developed in Quebec. Montreal is a world-class center for information technology, communications, multimedia, electronic animation, and computer games industries, which employs tens of thousands of workers. Having completed an engineering degree in Montreal, Mr. Zaki Gavitian now holds a high-ranking position at Hydro-Québec.
Je suis né à Isfahan, en Iran. Je suis arrivé ici à Québec en 1970 pour faire mes études. Et j'ai étudié à l'École polytechnique de Montréal. Et j'ai fait toute ma carrière dans une des plus grandes entreprises d'électricité au monde, Hydro-Québec. Actuellement, je suis chef de département contrôle de coûts. Et aussi, je suis président de l'Ordre des ingénieurs du Québec. After my graduation and also after a few years of experience, I met my wife, an Iranian, in Montreal, and I got married. And now I have 4 children. The 3 of them, they already graduate from university, and the 4th one, soon he's going to enter in the university. It's the best place to educate the kids. And all the university, very famous university here, and the kids all welcomes, and they have to work to graduate for sure. In other countries the same, but here anybody could get in the university, and their futures, it's very, very important for them. The people that they want to do the business in Quebec, they had a lot of chance of success, because this is a very, very big country, and also because Quebec, it's only 45 minutes from US, from the border. There is a big opportunity to doing business also with the United States that is more populated.
Businesswoman Hazel Ma came to Quebec for the World's Fair and returned to live and to start a number of businesses, including the Chic Piment Rouge restaurant.
I came to Canada many years ago working on behalf of the Chinese government as a hostess in an international world fair in the province of Quebec, the city of Montreal. There were 12 of us, we arrived in Canada in the month of April. When we landed in Montreal, we fell in love with the city almost immediately. The sky was blue and high. The weather was so beautiful. The most important part were the people. We felt so welcome, and we were greeted so warmly and friendly, and we thought this was the paradise on earth. I was gainfully employed for a few years, but within my blood, I have the desire to become a business person. So I became a small entrepreneur. Started with small business. First of all, I ventured into buying a small restaurant and grow from that point on. At the highest peak, we had places across Eastern Canada and United States, achieve almost 1,000 employees. And this opportunity will not be able to obtain if I wasn't actually started up in the province of Quebec and in the city of Montreal. Such an environment, such opportunity giving it to me, till today I still benefit from this.
From 2004 to 2007, Quebec's average annual economic growth stood at 2%. Nearly 223,000 jobs have been created since 2003, and unemployment is at its lowest level in 30 years. With a culture that bridges America and Europe and superior access to U.S. and Mexican markets, Quebec is an excellent place to operate a business. That's the impression of Mr. Asad Abelnour, a businessman from Lebanon whose company has achieved resounding success. Today, Mr. Abelnour is the head of Click International Incorporated, specialized in the processing of rice, grains, and legumes. Mr. Abelnour's company exports products to the United States and even the Middle East. Its sales total more than $40 million. As an entrepreneur, Mr. Abelnour obtained assistance from the Immigrant Investor Program, which helped his company to grow.
My name is Asad Abdelnour. I am originally from Lebanon. I came to Canada in 1976, and I started the Import-Export Distribution Company in 1984. Used to be called Click Import-Export Inc. Eventually, we changed the name to Click International Inc. We started with $250,000 sales per year, and today we have over $40 million sales. Nous avons toujours été supportés par les communautés des affaires qui nous entourent, et plus particulièrement Investissement Québec qui nous accompagne depuis une quinzaine d'années. L'année passée, quand on a fait notre acquisition d'un distributeur aux États-Unis à New Jersey, on l'a fait avec l'argent du prêt migrant dont on a bénéficié pour aller chercher des chiffres additionnels à l'exportation.
Quebec is one of the best places in the world to live, to conduct business, and to raise a family. Quebec is a prosperous, democratic society that is open to the world and resolutely forward-looking. Quebec, a place that needs dynamic people who are eager to contribute to its growth. Find out more about Quebec and its Immigrant Investor Program. We welcome you.
Bienvenue à Québec.
Bienvenue au Québec.
Bienvenue au Québec.
Bienvenue au Québec.
Bienvenue au Québec.